What's good, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. This is Golden Beats, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can automatically gain control your vocals in FL Studio using FL Studio stock plugins like a king, baby, right? So what I usually do during the vocal editing stage is to denoise the vocal, cut the room noise, and if necessary pitch correct the vocal using new tone, and of course to do gain control to balance the vocal to prevent overcompression during the mixing stage, right? Alright, so manually gain controlling your vocal, it can be very time consuming, especially if you work against time. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the gain of the Fruity limiter to the Fruity Peak controller. Alright, so go to gain, right click on gain, go to remote control and select link to controller. Alright, go to internal controller and select peak control a peak, go to mapping formula, click on this arrow right here and select inverted and accept. Alright, so now your gain is linked to the Fruity Peak controller. Alright, so make sure that you set the bass to 50%, alright, because when it's all the way down your gain will be at its maximum value. Alright, or what you can do is you can set the gain to 50% and copy the value and paste the value on the bass, and the bass will then be at 50% while your gain is at 0.0 dB. Alright, what I'm going to do next is to turn the knob to the right, which is the peak amount. Alright, so the more you turn the knob to the right, the more peak amount you allow the Fruity Peak controller to reduce the peaks of the vocal, or for peak reduction. Alright, so while I play the vocal, look at the gain knob right there to see how it automatically gain control the vocal. Alright, so let's play the vocal.
Funeral bell it's a ring, just another little boy when me kill. Man I do it come I have to pay me bill. Plus mother want a house on the hill. Gunshot bust from long range, gun sound fade away. Execution stand by them hope young know me no play no game.
Alright, so this is what happens during peak reduction. Right, the quietest parts doesn't get affected as much as the loudest parts right here. Alright, so it reduces the loudest parts much harder than it reduces the quietest parts of the vocal. Right, so that basically balances the vocal. Right, so what I did was to create a preset to do that for you. Alright, so the link is in the description. You can go and download it, you can use it, and after you use it and it was helpful, come back to this video and drop a comment in the comment section about your thoughts on this vocal rider I created right here. Alright, so let's disable the Fruity limiter and the Fruity Peak controller. Alright, so let's use the vocal rider on the vocal right here. Alright, so I'm going to use the vocal rider on this vocal, then I'm going to export it to another WAV file once again, just to do comparisons by looking at the waveform right here. Alright, because I like to have visual. Right, so let's enable it. Alright, so let's do it.
Funeral bell it's a ring, just another little boy when me kill. Man I do it come I have to pay me bill. Plus mother want a house on the hill. Gunshot bust from long range, gun sound fade away. Execution stand by them hope young know me no play no game. Funeral bell it's a ring, just another little boy when me kill. Man I do it come I have to pay me bill. Plus mother want a house on the hill. Gunshot bust from long range, gun sound fade away. Execution stand by them hope young know me no play no game. Funeral Funeral bell it a ring. Just another little boy where me kill. Man I do it cause I have to pay me bill. Plus me mother want a house on the hill. Gunshot bust from long range, gun sound fade away. Execution stand by.
Alright, so that looks cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export this auto gain controlled vocal back into the playlist to do some comparisons by looking at the waveforms of it, right? So let's make it 16 bit start. Alright, so this is the auto gain controlled vocal right here. Alright, so let's move it up. Alright, so this was the vocal I used to auto gain control, and this is the result of it. Alright, and this looks much more balanced, much more controlled. It even looks better than my manual gain controlled vocal. Alright, so this is now ready for mixing. Alright, so that's how you can auto gain control your vocal. Alright, so that's all for now. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to get notified in all future tutorials and content like this. This is Golden Beats. Thanks for watching. God bless.
Funeral bell it a ring. Just another little boy where me kill. Man I do it cause I have to pay me bill. Plus me mother want a house on the hill. Gunshot bust from long range, gun sound fade away. Execution stand by them hope young, no me no play no game.